Hey, hope you're well. It is May and it's time for my April earnings report. Trying to get through this quicker this month so I'm not quite as behind as last month. Anyway, let's just get right into it. So I'm going to start with the sites that make me no money. That's a growing list, sadly, but we're going to start at the beginning anyway and then work our way towards the better earners. So let's just jump in with Archangel. Had zero sales on Archangel. Surprise, surprise. My print on demand site, Photo For Me, I also earned zero in the month of April. Black Box, I had no sales on Black Box either, so zero there. Those are the sites that earned me zero. Now let's get to the sites that basically earned me zero, but maybe just a little bit of change. So we're going to start with 123RF this month. And I had a total earnings of $1.15. So not a lot there. The next site that I'm going to talk about is Big Stock. And I earned $2.27 at Big Stock in the month. Next site is Wirestock. And had a total of 17 sales. That earned me $6.47. So, yep, is what it is. So let's kind of jump from the sort of almost nothing sites to the sites that generally make me a little bit more money. And I'm going to start this month with Depositphotos. So with Depositphotos, I had 60 total sales and that earned me $19.41. So yeah, $20. That's about par for the course on deposit. It's not a big earner, but it clocks in around 20 every month, and every few months I get a payout. So it's definitely worth the time that I've put in so far. If I was starting now, would I go to deposit? I don't know if I would, but I have the portfolio there, so I guess the question isn't super relevant for me at this point. Next site that I'm going to talk about is Dreamstime, and I'm going to get into a little bit more detail now. So my portfolio size is 15,208 images and then 590 videos. I had a total sales of 49, all images, and the earnings for those 49 images was $27.25 for a royalty per download or RPD of 74 cents, which is pretty high actually as an RPD. Royalty per download at Dreamstime. It's usually lower, so I'll take that. The highest earning asset for the month was this lobby photo of the Chateau Lake Louise in Banff National Park, and it's actually not a square photo, it's a vertorama, so I stacked two pictures together to get a huge sort of perspective of the lobby, and it's kind of a little bit of warping there, so it's not something I'd maybe do now, but it's sold, so that's good. The next site my next best earning site was Motion Array. I have 884 assets on a Motion Array, mix of video and photos. I had 206 downloads in April, and that earned me $39, so not bad. Not like before where I was up above the 50 when I was loading kind of regularly to get up to 800 assets. So now that I've stopped uploading, it's kind of backed off a bit. And interesting enough, there's a trending assets report on your account screen. So you kind of see what of your assets is trending, which is kind of a nice feature. But the three assets that were listed as trending were all photos actually, and they were these three photos here. This shot of Edinburgh Castle at night. The second one is a totem pole in Jasper National Park. And this third trending asset is the Agua Clara locks in the Panama Canal. So yeah, you can sell images. It's not all video all the time on Motion Array. So if you're photog heavy rather than videos, it's still something that you could look at as an option to sell assets that you have. So don't forget about Motion Array, at least maybe as a test site or as an option. So let's keep going here to the next site. My next best site was iStock. And again, it was a bit of a weaker month there for me. My port size is currently 9,085 images, and I have 616 videos there. I had total sales of 122, and that earned me $62.08 for an RPD, royalty per download, of 51 cents. 10 of the sales were videos, and the total for those 10 videos was $18.24. And the best-selling video in the month, I should say this is in March, you guys know the drill, but the best-selling video is this time-lapse of pedestrians on the Peace Bridge in Calgary. And the photo that earned the most revenue was this photo of the Microsoft logo on a building in downtown Vancouver. So that was the second straight month for me on iStock where I was below $100 in revenue. So I'm not sure if that's just coincidence or if that's a trend again that I'm going back down. Well, we'll see what happens in the future. So that's iStock. All right. Moving on to Pond 5. I have 8,950 images on Pond 5. I have 2,026 videos there now. And my total sales were 3 videos, and that earned $39.76. And then I had additional revenue sales of $40.75. Now that's listed as like a license upgrade. I've mentioned this before, but I'm not totally sure if that's the case or if this is AI training or something else going on. But regardless, the total between the actual video sales and then the additional revenue, license revenue, was $78.81. So that's probably the best month on Pond 5 that I've had in a long time. And the two of the 3 videos were videos that I took of a cruise ship, coming into port in Juneau, Alaska. And I'll just show you a short clip of one of them. Okay, so next best earning site is Shutterstock. My portfolio size, my image portfolio size is 13,584 images. And my video portfolio size is 1,374. I had total downloads of 323 for a total value of $164.22. Breaking that down, 318 were image sales and 5 were video sales. The images earned $129.44 for a royalty per download of 41 cents. And the videos earned $34.78 for an RPD of $6.96. The best video sale I had was this skyline, Calgary skyline at sunset, kind of an establishing drone shot. So that was nice. I just took that actually the other day. And then the best image sale was a set of 3, image sales was a set of 3 from Kauai. When we were there a little while ago, and each of these images sold for $5.40. So that was my month on Shutterstock. All right, let's keep going here. Next site that I'm going to talk about is Alamy. So yeah, another good month on Alamy for me. I have a portfolio size of 13,551 images. I had 8 total sales in the month of April. And my gross on that was $1,162.24, and the net was $464.22. The interesting thing about that is if you follow my or watch my content, you'll know that with Alamy, I had a $1,000 sale recently, an image that I didn't show. And it sold again, actually, and it sold for $800 this time. So really weird, actually. And I think probably for sure I'll do a video on that specific image because it's actually something that anybody could do. And I'm probably leaning towards being more helpful than not with these. So I don't mind sharing. Even if it costs me, I prefer to help out. So anyway, I'll do a video on that later. I won't show you what that was now. Well, I will show you one shot. The next best earning shot was this cover photo of Dogman. It was my kid's books when she was younger. She read those Dogman books. I'm showing you these cover photos all the time. They get remarked on in my comments. And maybe one thing I'll add here is that I do variations. They're not always that sort of head-on kind of product shot style photo. I've tried variations like on a coffee table or taking it out of a bookcase with my hand, just to try to get as many different looks as I can for book type shots. So keep that in mind. There's be creative as you think you can be, and see what sells if that's even something that you want to get into photographing. I've been doing it for a while, just seems to earn for me. So mostly kid books too, by the way, and I don't know if that means anything. Anyway, yeah, that was that was my month of Alamy. Pretty good month, I would say. And that leads me to my final stock site, which, as is the case every month, is my highest earning site, and it's Adobe Stock. And it's been a long time since anyone else earned as much as Adobe Stock for me. But I have lifetime, or when I looked up my stats, my lifetime position at Adobe Stock as far as contributor rankings is 6,540. Bit slower this year for me. I haven't uploaded as much, so it's kind of slowed down on how much I'm getting in sales. But anyway, my port size is 15,089 total assets. That breaks down into 14,410 images and then 679 videos now. My sales kind of look like this. 623 total assets sold. The total earnings was $518.32. That breaks down as 620 image sales. That includes AI illustrations for $497.75 for a royalty per download of 80 cents. Then I had 3 video sales in the month, and those earned me collectively $20.50. So yeah, selling videos every month, which is great because it boosts you up. 2 of the videos were the same shot. It was this solar farm near Vulcan, Alberta, out in the country. And just the comment that I want to make about this is if you're uploading content like that could be treated generically, like windmills or solar panels or whatever, solar farm, don't assume that the only use of that is generic. Make sure you're keywording your place name, because I think these ones are selling less because of the subject matter, but more because of the location and the fact that renewables have been in the news a lot in the province where I live in Alberta, specifically wind and solar. So I think that people are looking for actual assets reflecting real facilities in Alberta and not just generic power facilities. So just make sure that you're not just being generic with your keywording and assuming that you'll have a bigger audience, because you want to sell local in addition to sort of global. So that's my comment on that. And as far as photographs go, the best earning, the most revenue generated was Skyline Panorama here in Calgary that I took. You've probably seen this one before. It's always been a good earner for me, sells regularly. Love taking panoramic photos of skylines. They sell great. Panoramics just sell great, actually, because there's fewer of them. And that's something that I've talked about a lot. Total of 518.32, as I mentioned. The last thing I'm going to say about Adobe Stock is I get a lot of questions about AI that I've uploaded and that have been selling, and like what's working for me. And so far I haven't done that, and I typically avoid discussing or showing specific assets that have sold well, and in part because to be honest, it's because I sort of feel like it's easy to imitate. With photography or videography, it's more about learning, and you kind of look, say, I could share with you that I've sold a lot of content related to universities, for example, and then you can go and make content in your own city or your own, wherever you live, about universities or higher education, and so it's more inspiring. And I think that's what I'm trying to do, is say, hey, A, I'm trying to inspire you to do this. B, here's subject matter that I've taken photos of. You can do that where you live yourself. And so that's kind of what my game plan has always been in order to help people out. With AI generated content, it's just 5 words in the specific program that you're using. And so I kind of haven't done it. That said, I could do it if that's helpful, or let me know what you think, whether it'd be worth it. I don't know. I'm still like 50-50 on it, so I might not do it anyway. You can always just go look at my portfolio or any other contributor's portfolio, so you don't actually need me to spend time waffling on about that stuff in this video anyway. And that's what I would recommend, is just go to Adobe Stock, go to the other stock sites, look at AI content, and see what's there, and see what you want to do, see what interests you. That's what I did. So anyway, that's it for Adobe Stock. That's it for my earnings report. If you got anything out of this, appreciate a thumbs up down below, and leave me a comment. That's it. My total for the month was $1,383.20. So another great month for me. Super happy with that. And I'm hoping that once the snow actually stops in this frozen hell, then I'm going to get out shooting a lot more, and I'll have some content for you in the near future. Anyway, super thankful that you're sticking around to the end of these videos and helping me out. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Have a great day.